Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Makeup. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about tight lining, and for anyone who doesn't know what that is, that just is lining your waterline on the top lid. So everyone knows what lining your waterline on the bottom lid is. That is applying cold pencil or whatever you're using to that little rim of skin right in behind where your lashes grow out of. You usually do it when you want that kind of cat eye shape or you're doing a more smoky eye. But what makeup artists have been doing for years, and I think more people are copping onto it now, especially through YouTube and stuff like that, is by lining your top waterline you get even more definition. So for anyone who doesn't know why you might want to do this, here are my kind of top 5 reasons. So first of all, it adds definition to your lash line. So for anyone who maybe has the length but not the volume or the thickness, by tight lining you're really adding more definition and depth to that lash line, so it does make the lashes appear thicker at the lash line. So you're getting that definition without necessarily having to put on loads of product, which is good. This is also really good for anyone who wants subtle definition. So if you tight line without necessarily having any eyeliner over the top, you will get that definition without it being quite as obvious. So it does make lashes appear a little bit thicker without it being really in your face. It's great for photography as well. So that is kind of my number 1 reason. Then my number 2 reason is that it's really good for hiding the skin colour. So especially if you're doing like a really dark smoky eye and you have loads of dark colour or black or whatever all around the eye, you have maybe your bottom waterline lined, you have loads of mascara on and false lashes, and particularly if you have a very lifting mascara on, what can happen is when you see that rim of skin juxtaposed against all the black or the dark around the eye, it can be really obvious, and on myself that would annoy me, so I always tight line in that instance. So that's my second reason definitely for tight lining. I always do it if I have a very dark or heavy smoky eye in place. Number 3, it can add to like that kind of more feline cat eye shape if you want to go for that, or if you want to make your eyes a little bit more feline. And on myself, if I line just my bottom waterline, that definitely helps to make my eyes look a bit more almond shaped. But when I tight line as well, it really adds to it. Again, it's quite subtle, but it does make it seem more almond shape and more, just kind of more, I don't know, how would I put it, sultry looking. And that kind of runs into number 4, because for anyone who has a rounder eye shape and you want to make it appear less round, you would do that as well. So just by tight lining and particularly doing the bottom waterline as well, it will help make round eyes appear less round. That's only if you want to go for it. I love a round eye shape. Some people, especially with rounder eyes, some people can have more prominent rims. Again, I hate that word, but if you do want to make them seem less prominent, again, by tight lining and lining your waterline, it will help make them seem less prominent. And number 5, this would be my main reason for doing it, and for doing it on clients as well, would be for anyone who does line their waterline and find that the pencil or the gel or whatever you're using kind of wears away throughout the day or disappears. A lot of the reason why that is because when you blink throughout the day, the product on your waterline tends to transfer up into your upper waterline. So if you tight line, then it's not going to transfer. You're just going to be like kind of keeping it in place, and it will last so much longer by having the top rim lined as well as the bottom rim. And I just realised I keep doing this throughout this whole video. But anyhow, those are my 5 main reasons for why I would tight line. You can either do it with your bottom waterline or without. For instance, today I've only tight lined and I really like the look of that. You will always get a little bit of transference onto your bottom waterline, particularly in here, but it actually gives a really lovely subtle look. Sometimes when you line your waterline, it can be quite harsh, particularly if you don't have a lot of makeup on the under eye area. So by tight lining and then allowing that little bit to transfer down, it can be much softer than going full on cold pencil in the bottom waterline. So I'll just show you how I do it now. It can take a little bit of getting used to. It's a little bit scary at the start having a pencil coming in towards your eyeball, but my trick is to close your eye while you're doing it, kind of more or less. You'll see it now anyhow how I do it, and if you have any questions for me, just leave them below and I'll try and get back to you as soon as possible.
So the easiest way to tight line is by using a pencil. Use a soft, waterproof pencil if possible. And I start off by rubbing some of the pencil just on the kind of inner corner area, and then as soon as it's placed, I just close my eyes and then run the pencil back and forth. In the first picture, you can see the colour of the skin there just underneath the lash line. And then in this next picture, I have tight lined my left eye, or the right as you're looking, so you can see the difference. You just don't see that little bit of pink underneath the lash line.